Today we're going to cover section 10.5, day 2. New class opener. Draw a right triangle and construct a circumscribed circle. Draw a segment and divide it into 5 congruent segments. So if you remember from yesterday, here's going to be my given segment. To divide it into 5 congruent segments, I draw another segment creating an angle, and I start by making 5 congruent segment pieces on here. The length of them really doesn't make much of a difference. So let's see, so he'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I need to connect the endpoints together and then copy the angle all the way along. So copying the angle, I'll put the point of my compass at the vertex and swing an arc where each angle is going to go. Now I'll come and measure how big of an opening did this arc create. And it looks like this is as close as I'm going to be able to get. And then draw in each of the angles. And you've now made yourself 5 congruent pieces. Use the 3 segments shown to construct a 4 segment of length x such that a over b equals c over x. This is where I create an angle, and I know that along one side of the angle I'm going to put segments a and b, and on the other side will be eventually c and then the unknown x. So I start by copying the dimension for segment A. Next I'm going to come and measure the length for segment B. So I now have A and B on one side, and I'm going to come back and measure C. And I know I'll be able to find x out here. So I take a segment and join the end of segment C to the end of segment A and copy the angle that it's created. So copying the angle that I've made, I'm going to swing an arc, transfer the same size arc out here, measure how big the opening of the arc is, transfer that, create my angle, and it looks as if I didn't quite create my original segment long enough, so I'm going to extend it out, and now I know the length for segment X. Find the center of a circle containing any 3 given points. So I'm going to look at the 3 points here, and I want to find the center of the circle that contains them. So one way to do this is to start by connecting them together. And I could do all 3, but I really only need to connect 2 segments. Now for those segments, I'm going to create the perpendicular bisectors of each of those. So So creating the perpendicular bisector, I open my compass up to more than halfway. Swing an arc. And I'm going to draw in this perpendicular bisector. Now I'm just going to create the perpendicular bisector between the other 2 points. And draw it in. And where these 2 intersect should be the center of the circle, and it's really easy to double check. Just take your compass, put it at that location, try opening your compass up to any of the points, and see if when you draw a circle it ends up going through all of them. Your closure. My worst experience with math was when